Okay, this is a head, a 3-tool pipe head that's very similar to the head that we use on both the 3-inch, the 5-inch, and the 8-inch machines. You can see it has 3 tools. One is to cut the OD bevel on the pipe. This is a facing tool to face the end of the pipe square, and this is the ID tool to deburr the ID of your pipe. All 3 tools need to be adjusted in relationship to each other to produce the correct form on the end of the piece of pipe or tube you're working with. The way this head is set is by, first of all, loosening this wedge screw, okay, and then you can come in from the side and move the tool holder in or out, okay. With the manual, we provide you a setup sheet that gives you the size of the pipes here, the schedule of the pipe across the top. And this particular sheet right here is for the outside diameter tool holder. It's the setting dimensions for this particular tool holder number and this head assembly number. This should be the setup that is on the standard 5H machine. So what we want to do, say we want to set this head up to do 2-inch pipe, schedule 40, then the setting dimension for 2-inch schedule 40 is 1.258. Okay, that dimension, remember that dimension, 1.258, is the dimension from behind the tool holder here to the inside of the head. Again, this is a smaller head than the one that's on the 5H machine. So we measure this distance right here and adjust this tool in or out, okay, to get to the dimension that you're actually trying to achieve, which is 1.258. In this case, this is a smaller head, so we're not going to get that actual dimension. Once you've adjusted that, I suggest you tighten your wedge down lightly. Go back and check your dimension again. If it's not right, or exactly right, typically you can move it a little bit, okay, to get where you need to be, and then snug the wedge down, okay. There are 3 sheets in the manual. One for the OD tool, one for the face tool, and one for the ID tool. So if we're doing 2-inch schedule 40, in this case the inside tool is set at 1.338 and the facing tool is set at 1.312. Facing tool dimension is not very critical at all because it's a lot wider than the typical land on the pipe, but the ID tool and the OD tool need to be set fairly close. Setting these dimensions will allow you to run the machine, bevel the end of the pipe, and see what you have. It may not come out exactly like you want. If it doesn't, go in and again move, like if you're not getting enough, or you're getting too much ID bevel and you want less, you need to move that tool in. Well, you can see what that dimension was you set it to, move it in 10, 15 thousandths or whatever, try another piece of pipe till you get what you want. Once you've determined you've got all 3 tools set in the positions you'd like, measure these settings, okay, then go back on the sheet that we provided and record that number below the number that you were given on the sheet. Again, the ones on the sheet are just initial setup dimensions that'll keep you from wrecking the machine when you initially set it up. So like I say, set it up, run a part. If it's not what you want, make adjustments. Make sure everything's tightened back down, run it again, and then record those dimensions once you get what you have so you can go right back and easily set it up. The 5H and 8H heads has a different style wedge in it. Instead of having a single wedge screw like this, it has 2 outer locking screws and a center jack screw. What you need to do there is loosen these 2 screws. Just go in and loosen them, a couple of turns to get them loose. Go in and screw the jack screw in till the wedge pops up a little bit. Then you can go in and adjust your tool holder in and out. Again, lock it back lightly. You do need to back out the jack screw before you tighten it. Tighten it down lightly, get your fine adjustment on the tool, fully tighten it down, and then once it is tight, go back and just put a little tension on the jack screw. This will keep it from working loose when it cuts. Again, set the head up, try it. If you don't get exactly what you want, make the final adjustments on it. One thing to keep in mind, if you are using the facing tool, that fine forward travel limit switch that's adjusted by the knob on the front of the machine, if you're not cleaning up the end of the pipe all the way around, you can back that knob out and it will allow this facing tool to cut more on the end of the pipe. But also keep in mind that it is facing the end of the pipe off and shortening it. So you can actually use it to shorten the pipe a little bit if you want, but you want to be careful not to machine off too much, or you just, you're just wasting the end of the pipe. I mean, you're just cutting stuff you don't need to do. I think that pretty much explains it. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to call us, and we'll help you in any way that we can.